Understanding the components that are used within Azure Data Factory will enable you to easily create cloud-based data integration solutions. One of the first components you will create is a linked service. These are much like connection strings, which define the connection information needed for Data Factory to connect to external resources, such as Azure Data Lake Store or Azure Databricks. With this defined, you can then create datasets, which is a named view of data that simply points or references the data within a linked service. Data typically flows from the datasets within a linked service into activities. Activities enable you to perform an action on the data, such as copying the data or using the data in a compute resource. You can have one activity, but it is typical that you perform multiple activities on the data. These are grouped together in a component known as a pipeline. The pipeline allows you to manage the activities as a set, instead of each one individually. You deploy and schedule the pipeline, instead of the activities independently. You can dynamically update components, such as linked services at runtime, by adding parameters to give you the flexibility of using the same solution in multiple environments. In addition, the integration runtime component provides the compute infrastructure used by Azure Data Factory. It is referenced by the linked service or activity and provides the compute environment as close as possible to the target data store or compute service while meeting security and compliance needs. When authorizing Azure Data Factory solutions, you can make use of control flow components to control the flow of activities within the solution. Not all the components are necessarily required, but by understanding them, you can pick the best ones to build your cloud-based data integration solution.